What up, YouTube, and welcome to another video with Aaron. Yeah, I changed my intro, well, my words intro to you guys. And if you see the first part of this video, I have a new upgraded YouTube videos. Yay! Don't worry, I'll be updating more. If you like this video, comment below. Subscribe if you want. I can't force you. But if you like the video, put it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, put a thumbs down. If you want to subscribe and get more videos from me, then hit that subscribe button. Anyways, this video was made with Video Show. I don't know much about this. So, let's get into it. It looks like a kid with a weird mask. Ah, he's suicidal. I'm just joking, guys. That wasn't really joking. I'm the next Logan Paul. Hey, no. Logan Paul is dead to me. Anyways. If I would catch those type of parents near me, I punch them in the face. You guys said robots are going to take over the world and kill us. Well, some of you said that. Who? Part 2! Scarlet. I actually never seen Scarlet before. But okay. Is she blind? She looks blind. That's what she sees, right? Now, is that what she sees? Or is that just her? Is that wrist?
Hold my breath,
Oh, cool.
hush my head, count my steps. I need this more than ever. Might feel strange, but I'm not afraid. Every day I try but can't forget it. Hey, I need a new way. Let's just a give and take, make mistakes, keep on hoping, hoping for the day I'll fly high. As long as my heart is open, I know I can keep on going, keep on going. Keep on going. Keep on going. My heart is open, I know I can keep on going. Keep on Keep on going. My heart is open, I know I can keep on going. Keep on going.
Battlefield. And we'll dance our hearts out till we die. Hope is being able to see that there is light despite all of the darkness. Perfect. Okay, I'm not gonna. That is way too much words. And I read books for a living. Huh. Play. Oh, it is. Orange. Wow. Do not make me cry. I got another thing. Sorry for my fingers being in the way. I'm just using my phone, so let's go down. What? What? What?
Wanna play?
Let's go.
Outside.
Over here. Oh, gotcha.
I'm gonna pause this. Okay.
Christmas is a time for kids, and, of course,
10 kids who wish left Santa in tears. Of course, not the real Santa. The fake Santas. The mall Santas. They're real because they have magic. Unless you see a dick version of one. Like Red from Red from that 70s show. And comment down below if you're in the United States and you having the best summer. If you're not, comment below and watch some videos with me, okay? Yeah, let's watch more.
Santa. And sometimes wishes are so special that even Santa cries. Hi, this is Rick at Knowable, and here are 10 stories where Santa was left in tears.
That's sad.
Number 10.
Okay.
When you're a child, for Christmas you always want the biggest and the bestest and usually the costliest toys all for yourself. You seldom think of others. Hey, it's a kid thing. I'm not so old I can't remember that. But some actually do think beyond themselves. In Columbia, South Carolina, 4-year-old Preston Barnett visited Santa at a mall and, instead of asking for toys, the little boy asked Santa if he would pray with him for a 2-month-old boy who was fighting for his life in a Las Vegas hospital. Santa obliged Preston and got down on his knee beside his big chair and prayed with the little.
Okay, that's creepy. I heard people talking outside. Like, strictly on my porch. Sorry about that.
Little boy. Preston had heard about baby Knox Stein from his grandmother. He was found unresponsive by his father and quickly taken to the hospital. After the photo of the two praying went viral, plenty more prayers were sent up for little baby Knox. Unfortunately, the little boy died just before Christmas last year.
That's sad.
Number 9.
And it wasn't last year.
Last year in Houston, 12-year-old Arnolfo Guerrera wrote a letter to Santa, telling the jolly old elf that he didn't want any toys. He only asked Santa to bring a new, healthy heart to his 46-year-old mom because she was dying. He wrote, "I believe in you and the miracles." A social worker took his letter to some local firefighters, who were very touched by his letter to Santa, so they decided to visit Arnolfo with some gifts. He was thrilled to get the gifts from the thoughtful firefighters, but said his biggest concern was still his mom, and that he and his dad pray all day long for her to receive a new heart. He said, "We need her for many more years." It's not known if Arnolfo's mom received her new heart, but we're sure hoping she did. Number 8. 8-year-old Ryan Suffern of North Carolina has a twin sister named Amber. A few years back, Ryan wrote to Santa that he originally wanted a remote-controlled car and helicopter, but he wanted to change that. He wrote that his sister, who weighs about twice as much as himself, was constantly being bullied in school about her weight, and he asked Santa if he could please make that stop. Ryan's mom read his letter, and it brought her to tears. Her son, loving his sister so much that he was willing to give up any toys so she would no longer be teased at school. Well, I really hope Ryan got his wish, as I know for a fact Santa was working on it. Number 7.
Stop.
Folks, we are certainly in the dog days of summer. It is going to be a hot, hot, hottie.
Shut up. Bullying. Bullying does not solve nothing at all. Bullying is like saying you are nothing in this world. All of you guys are something. Like, set down on something. You can do something better with your life. You can go out in this world and save us all. You don't know what's in the future. If you put down kids, you don't know who's gonna be the next hero of us. You don't know who's gonna travel atop of a mountain and save us all. You don't know these people, so why do you bully them? Unknown. Hang on. What is with these noises outside? Anyways. Like I was saying, bullying. If you guys are watching this, please try to stop bullying. Go to your teachers if you're getting bullied. Go to your parents. Go to your bestest friend. Go to someone that you trust. That you totally care about. You care about. Not just saying, oh, yay, I love you. No. Something like saying, I'm being bullied. I need help. That's what you need to say. Especially to a teacher. If they say, sorry, if we don't see it, we can't do nothing about it. That's what I hate about stupid teachers, dog. Because I heard that once. Made me mad. But you guys can make a difference. Go out there. Show all the people who made fun of you that you have the smarts to not get bullied anymore. You will still get hated. You'll still... Yeah. But let's get back to the video.
When Christian's mom answered the front door of their England home one day, two men were there. After a brief talk at the doorway, one of them pulled a gun and shot Christian and his mom in their legs. A short time later, Christian wrote to Santa asking if he would help police to capture those involved in shooting him and his mom. Now this happened 2 years ago, and we here at Noble certainly hope Santa was able to give Christian his wish. Number 6. Sometimes, old St. Nick can be pretty darn magical. While standing in line at the mall to visit Santa, Kelly and her daughter, Lauren, noticed that the little girl in front of them was wearing a hearing aid. When they looked back up at Santa, they noticed he was wearing one as well. Wow, they thought. He was really going to be able to relate to that little girl. When it was Lauren's turn, he picked her up to set her in his lap, and his face changed. He realized that Lauren was wearing a back brace, and immediately he got into a deep, quiet conversation with her. He leaned over, and Lauren started touching his back. The jolly old elf himself was wearing a back brace too, and he told her he knows exactly how she feels. He then whispered something in her ear about the back brace, and Lauren gave him the biggest hug. Yeah, he is a pretty magical guy. Number 5. Way back in 1990, John donned a Santa suit and stood in for the real one for a club he belonged to and heard the request of several little disadvantaged children. One boy asked for a Nintendo set. A few children later, his older sister sat on Santa's lap and told him that she didn't want anything, but could he get her little brother a Nintendo because he wanted one so bad? Well, John was so taken by the girl's selfless request that he was bound and determined to get it done. So he collected the console, games, and accessories from several friends, and he drove to the family and presented the big gift to the little boy. Needless to say, he was shocked and thrilled. And John also brought the soft-hearted little girl a new bicycle. His friends even donated a 27-inch TV for the family. It remains an incredible memory for John, and a moment the real Santa is sure to be proud of. Number 4. Back in November of 2013, 10-year-old Ronnie Harris of Ipswich, England, wrote a letter to Santa, and while his mom Emma was cleaning his room, she found it under his bed. It read, "Dear Santa, this Christmas I would like one specific..."
Jeez. Stop. You stupid ones. Shut up. Come here, Rowdy. No? Okay. Come here. Want to say hi to my viewers? No? Okay. I hope you know I'm going to show you. Anyways.
Thing this year. My dad has a really bad brain tumor. Could you please find a cure for him to make him better? And I will be the happiest boy in the whole world. Mother Emma was brought to tears by the very unselfish letter. Her husband, 32-year-old Russell Harris, was indeed fighting for his life against the deadly brain tumor. We sure hope Santa helped this little boy with his wish. Number 3. While a man was playing Santa, a little girl got onto Santa's lap. She was surrounded by her dad, who was holding a young baby, and her sister. When Santa asked what she wanted, the little girl said the only thing she wanted for Christmas was to have her mom back. Her dad stopped playing with the little baby and looked down to the floor. Her sister stood silent. The man dressed in the Santa suit learned that the little girl's mother died during childbirth while bringing her little brother into the world. It was going to be their first Christmas without her. Her request shook the man in the Santa suit so much that it was the last time he wore the Santa outfit. Number 2.
Sad.
A little boy came to visit Santa at the Mayfair Mall in Wisconsin. He plopped up onto Santa's lap holding a picture of a little girl. Santa asked, "Is that your sister?" He said, "Yes, it is, and she's very sick." His grandmother stood off to the side, wiping her eyes. The little boy went on, saying, "Sarah wanted to come with me to see you so very much, Santa. She misses you." When they finished talking, the grandmother walked over to Santa and started to say something, but she stopped. "What is it?" asked Santa. "Well," she said, "I know it's really too much to ask, but is there any way possible that you could come and see Sarah?" She then explained to him that her granddaughter was in the hospital battling leukemia, and she wasn't expected to make it through the holidays. She said all she had been asking for was a visit from Santa. Well, Santa told the woman to leave all the information as to where Sarah was with his elves, and he would see what he could do. A little while later, Santa walked up to her hospital room and peeked through the half-closed door. There was a pale little girl in the hospital bed, and she was surrounded by her family. The little boy who brought the picture of her was there, and so was her grandmother. There were others there too. So Santa took a deep breath, forced himself a smile, and entered the room with a hearty ho ho ho! "Santa!" shrieked the little girl in the hospital bed. Santa rushed to her with a big hug. She was so pale, and she had lost several patches of hair from the chemo treatments. They began talking, and a family member bent down and whispered, "Thank you," into Santa's ear. As they continued talking, Sarah told Santa that she had been a good girl that year and told him about some of the toys she would love to have. As their time was winding down, Santa asked Sarah's mom if he could pray for Sarah, and she nodded yes. So Santa looked intensely at Sarah and asked if she believed in angels. She responded, "Oh yes, Santa, I do." Santa then said he was going to ask that the angels watch over her, and he began praying. The family stood around Sarah's bed and held hands. When Santa was done, he told Sarah that she had only one job to do, and that was to concentrate on getting better, so she could have fun playing with her toys and her friends next summer, and that he wanted to see her at the mall this same time next year. Sarah promised she would. Santa then leaned down, kissed her on the forehead, and left her room. Sarah's mother and grandmother followed him out into the hallway and thanked and hugged him. Tears finally let loose in his eyes. "It was the least I could do," he said. Then he left. The next year, Santa was back at that mall in Milwaukee, hearing all the requests from the little boys and girls who visited him. Then, one little girl came up to him and said, "Hi, Santa. Do you remember me?" "Well, of course, because Santa remembers all the little boys and girls, and he wants to make all of them feel special." The little girl added, "You came to see me in the hospital last year." Well, Santa's jaw just dropped. It was little Sarah. She had changed so much, with rosy cheeks and a full head of hair now. "Sarah!" he said loudly, as tears formed in his eyes. And then he hugged her, and looked over to the side to see Sarah's mom and grandmother waving at him and wiping their eyes. Sarah was now cancer-free. And now, while hugging this little miracle girl, he looked up toward the skies and whispered, "Thank you." And finally, number one. Eric Matson of Tennessee dresses up as Santa many times a year when the real Santa can't make it. And Eric does a lot of Santa work. One day, as Christmas was nearing, Eric received a call from a nurse at a hospital telling him that a little boy there was very sick, and he was asking to see Santa.
Be back. Jeez. Am I right, guys? If you're watching this. Oh, jeez. Ah, tears.
Eric said he would put his Santa suit on and be on his way there. There was an urgency in the nurse's voice when she said, "You need to come right now." Eric was at the hospital in 15 minutes, and as he was preparing to walk into the room, the little boy's mother gave him a toy so he could give her to her son. He nodded and took the toy, then entered the intensive care unit room. The little boy looked almost asleep, with his eyes half closed. Santa told him that he can't miss Christmas because he was Santa's number one elf. The little boy opened his eyes wider and said, "I am?" Santa assured him that he was, and then he gave him his toy. Well, the little boy could barely open it. But when he saw what it was, his smile went so wide, and then he laid his head back down. And now, the little boy had an important question for Santa. "They say I'm going to die," he said. "How can I tell when I get to where I'm going?" Santa, holding in his emotions, told him, "Okay, now when you get there, you tell them that you're Santa's number one elf, and I know they'll let you in." "They will?" asked the boy. Santa nodded and assured him. Then the boy hugged Santa and asked Santa if he could help him. Before Santa could say anything else, the little boy, with his arms wrapped around Santa, died. Eric knew he was gone, but he held on to him a few more minutes as he finally let go of those emotions, and tears flowed down his cheeks. When the little boy's family realized what had happened, they all broke down and cried. As Eric was driving back to his home, he had to pull off the road several times to regain his composure. It was very hard. It's just something you can't let go of. He even thought of giving up as Santa's stand-in. But then he realized the joy he gave so many children by putting on that big red suit. So he continued. And he continued through the season to make children smile and give them something to look forward to and have hope. And he continued to be jolly. But behind that long white beard and a belly like a bowl full of jelly is a heart that beats with a little crack in it. And that little crack happened back when he hugged a little boy and told him he was his number one elf. That's all for today. Let us know.
Stupid notifications. Whew. That was hard. That was hard, yo. Okay. I'm gonna leave the video here. If you liked it, please please press the like button. If you want to see more updated videos of mine, press that subscribe button. If you want to leave a comment, leave that comment down below. But thank you. You guys are great. Love you all. Remember, have a good night's sleep.